it, baby.
Hey, tell him what you told me.
What I tell you?
What you doing it for?
Oh, promotion, baby.
All right. So I ain't gotta
But we should spar.
I ain't gotta him up.
We should spar.
Yes, I want to show the world that I'm the best. After this fight, I want to be considered top 5 pound-for-pound fighter in the sport, and I can't wait to show it.
You said this week that you were in for a rude awakening when you get to 140. What do you think he's in for when he goes up against you?
I think he just don't realize how good I am. I think come fight night, he's going to realize that I'm going to take it to another level that he has never seen before. So if he's expecting the Lomachenko, the Josh Taylor fight to happen, it won't be that type of fight. Senior, tell him. We talking to Senior. We ain't talking to little dude over here. Senior,
fight is a different version of me.
I know.
And I love it because even the people out there don't know what they're going to get from me. And that's the beauty about it. He could be studying, he could be doing a lot of things, but he's not going to know till the day of the fight.
Terence Crawford has confronted Teofimo Lopez with a serious warning, making it clear that underestimating Shakur Stevenson would be a huge mistake.
Sky is the limit with Shakur. He got the boxing skills and the ability to, do whatever he wants in the ring. And it's going to be very hard to beat Shakur, with the skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has, and given the opportunity, I think he can pose a great threat to everybody in the division.
I look up to Bud a lot. Honestly, he one of the realest dudes that I done met. He's still a normal person in his head. Like, he don't believe that he's above everyone else. That's how I feel about myself.
You seen me around a lot. Oh, no. Don't act like you ain't seen me around them days.
Bud, come on. Terrence talking, I try not to talk back. I try to just listen and
Straight, boom, straight shot. Like right here, boom, there you go. But you gotta make sure you step. Bam. That's when the motherfucker trying to run out.
Crawford explained that Shakur's timing accuracy and ring IQ are dangerous at the highest level. He believes Shakur's defense sets traps that lead to clean counters and says if Teofimo rushes or gets reckless, Shakur can hurt him badly and potentially knock him out.
I'm gonna just say all of them. It don't matter who they is. He ready for the big test and the big names, and he's going to do well with each and every one of them. And
in another instance, Crawford confronted Teofimo Lopez directly, creating a tense moment. He challenged Teofimo's mindset and questioned his approach towards Shakur Stevenson. The exchange feels serious and uncomfortable, with Crawford making it clear that ignoring Shakur's ability could lead to real consequences inside the ring. Terence Crawford confidently said that Shakur Stevenson will show the world exactly what he is capable of when the moment arrives. He believes Shakur's discipline, timing, and defensive awareness separate him from others at the top level. Crawford explained that once Shakur is in the spotlight, people will clearly see his skill, patience, and control and understand why he is considered one of the most complete fighters in boxing today. He also talked about his previous fights.
Excellent. He was sharp. He was letting his hands go. He was standing in the pocket more. He probably got hit just a little bit too much because he was trying to please everybody that's saying, oh, he can't do this, he can't do that. I talked to him and told him, just be yourself. Just keep winning. It doesn't matter what the naysayers say and what the people that's having certain agendas against him.
Dan Kinabayo and Chris Algery break down Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson by focusing on business and boxing angles. They explain that Matchroom controlling the Joshua card makes a PBC crossover unlikely. They believe that if Teofimo loses, Shakur stays at 140 and does not return to 135, which usually never happens. The analysts see 140 as a fun and deep division. They agree that Shakur struggles least against brawlers and needs counter-punches to be tested, making some fights unlikely despite fan interest.
The Joshua card, so therefore we're not going to put a PBC fighter on it. Anyway, Gary Antoine, I mean, all these fights are good. Like, if Teofimo ends up losing to Shakur, Shakur goes into this mix, and I do think Shakur will stay at 140 for a little bit. So, and you also have
I think he stays from now on. I don't think he goes back to 35.
Yeah, it's very rare we see these guys go down after they go up. You got to add in Shakur. You got to add in Pitbull Cruz. You got to add in Lamont Roach. There's some other good names on 140 as well. But, yeah, I would say Smith presents something to this puzzle at 140 is that he's from England, and he can sell over there. And if you're Hitchens, who's not the biggest ticket seller here in New York, and you want a unification, you think you can beat Dalton Smith, you might have to go overseas to do it, where you could make a lot more money. Gary Antoine Russell versus Smith stylistically is great. Shakur versus Dalton Smith is stylistically great. Shakur, it's just a fun division.
I don't want to see that.
What?
I don't want to see Shakur and Dalton.
I put that one at like 1% chance of ever happening.
I don't want to see that.
Even though, like, you don't think Smith presents like he's more of like would be the brawler in the Shakur scenario? I know he would be.
Yeah, that's the worst style to fight Shakur. It's the worst style. You have to counterpunch Shakur, just like with De Los Santos. He was the guy who gave Shakur the most trouble.
Zepeda gave Shakur the best, most aesthetically pleasing fight, but not that Smith's going to throw 100 punches around.
Completely different style, though. Zepeda and Dalton aren't you can't compare them. That's apples and oranges. Yeah, no, I don't know.
But in terms of a guy coming forward.
But is Dalton really that guy?
Analysts argue the size difference could change everything in a Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight. Shakur is naturally bigger with a longer frame, wider shoulders, and a stronger base. Despite Teofimo being the champion at the weight, moving up has not reduced Shakur's strength or control, and his body looks settled at 140. Analysts point out that size is not just about weight, but about leverage, balance, and how a fighter carries mass. Shakur's height, reach, and composure allow him to control distance and slow the fight down. Teofimo relies on explosive moments and power bursts which become harder to land cleanly against a bigger disciplined defender. If Shakur uses his size to lean, control space, and wear Teofimo down, the fight shifts dramatically.
Shakur Stevenson is bigger than Teofimo Lopez, despite him moving up in weight and despite Teo being the champion. We got some action, and in this video I'm going to show and prove and break it down. I'll make it make sense in this video. You got to stay to the end. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Ego Weight Watchers, a.k.a. EW, where I give you a look into the fighter's lifestyle before, after, progress pics, especially when they have an upcoming fight. I warned you, Shakur, I have no idea why he tried to play this game where when people got on his...
Bernie the boxer provides a thorough perspective on why Shakur Stevenson stands out against Teofimo Lopez. He emphasizes that Stevenson is a fighter who cannot be underestimated or easily contained. Unlike many boxers who rely heavily on brute strength or one-dimensional tactics, Shakur's approach is multifaceted. He combines technical precision with strategic intelligence, making him unpredictable in the ring. Bernie points out that opponents often misjudge Shakur, assuming that his calm demeanor and controlled style indicate a lack of aggression or threat. In reality, Shakur's ability to adapt and read his opponent allows him to exploit openings instantly. This combination of patience, timing, and skill gives him a clear edge as fighters like Teofimo Lopez face a competitor who is not only talented, but also exceptionally disciplined in executing his game plan.